Hey Bonita Gang, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, don't forget to click that subscribe button and hit the notification bell for every time I upload some new content. And today we are doing another story time video. This is my most toxic as hell situationship that I've ever been in. Like, granted, it was kind of a relationship at one point, but it was definitely a situationship. So on my Instagram, I asked you guys which video that you wanted to see next, and a lot of you guys voted. Well, I'm gonna put the poll up on here, and I was just like, I'm gonna just film both because both stories kind of basically intertwine with each other. So this is a story of the most toxic relationship that I've been in, or situationship that I've been in, and this guy was also the person that I cheated on my ex with. So if you want to see the second part or the next story time, don't forget to subscribe and make sure your post notification bell thing is on. But before we get into the story, this video is sponsored by Trendy Lips Cosmetics LLC, where lip care, why do I do this in every video? Where beauty and beard care is made with you in mind. The holidays are now slowly creeping up on us. So if you don't want any delays with your packages, I highly suggest you start ordering now. Like, I'm really pushing for November to be one of my best months. October was phenomenal for me becoming a full-time entrepreneur, and I can now officially say that I am an international business. I hit Canada last week, you guys. So yeah, if you don't want any delays in your packages, definitely check out the shop. My 50% off sale is still going crazy. I'm almost pretty much sold out of everything. So I'm gonna just try to start restocking some of my products very, very soon. So yeah. All right. So let's get right into the story. So for any of my story times that make sense, we do have to establish a timeline. So, oh, and let's give the guy a name. We're gonna call him... I'm gonna call him Paul. No, wait, I think I used Paul in one of my story times before. Oh well, we're still gonna call him Paul. Now, if you went to Union, you know who the guy is. So I don't need y'all, you know, commenting shit in the comment section. So this was I met him, I want to say early 2015. It either had to been early 2015 or yeah, it had to been early 2015 because I had been a sophomore, because I met my ex-boyfriend when it was my junior year. So yeah, so this takes place like early 2015 during my sophomore year in college. Me and my roommate at the time, she was talking to this guy, and I'm so envious of their relationship now. Not envious, but like I'm so happy for them, because like they've been talking since like 2015, 2014, and like they're still together. Don't know why they're not married yet, but I am genuinely like happy for them. So me and my roommate, she started talking to this guy or whatever. Anyways, she started talking to this guy, and this guy had a roommate who apparently, the way she used to put it, she'd be like, yeah, he be checking you out all over campus. He can't stop talking about you. I'm like, whoa, like, what? I don't really hang out on campus. I'm pretty much in my room if I'm not hanging out with the girls. So, kind of confused. And she was like, yeah, I guess he been seeing you hanging out with me. And then, like, he found out that you were my roommate. And I told him your name and da-da-da-da. And I was just like, okay, well, like, who the hell is this person? Like, what does he look like? Like, he's looking at me, but I don't know who he is or whatever. And she was like, well, yeah, I'm going over to their dorm later. Like, do you want to go? And blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. And so I didn't go over with her the first time that she, you know, went to go hang out with her little boo thing or whatever. So sometime during that same week, she just kept asking me to come over there because Paul kept begging me to come over there and hang out and blase blase. And I'm just like, okay, I need to see like a picture of this man. Like, I need to know like what the fuck I'm about to walk into, because clearly this man wants, you know, to hang out for whatever reason. You feel me? So she went on his Instagram and she showed me a picture of him. And so this is when I was also Instagram famous as well. So he was actually following me on my Instagram, but because, you know, I was kind of bougie back then, so I wasn't following like a lot of people back, especially if they went to Union. I just wasn't following a lot of people back. So I was like, oh yeah, he just followed me like 2 weeks ago and he like had liked all of my pictures or whatever. And I was just like, oh, okay. He's okay. He's, you know, he's okay looking or whatever. So she was like, yeah, so can you please come over so you can hang out with him so he can leave me alone? And I was just like, okay, let me just get, you know, most of my assignments done for the day and like I'll come over. And she was like, no, we'll go over together. So I was just like, till you're done. So I was getting most of my assignments done, and then we had went to, you know, their dorm or whatever. So we went to their dorm. And so I wasn't driving or anything at this point either. I didn't start driving until like my senior year in college. So we went to their dorm or whatever, and like it was kind of late. Well, it wasn't too late, but it was like, I don't know, like maybe 7 or 8 or something like that when visitation really started in the dorms. And so I met him and he told me that his name was Paul and that he thought I was really attractive and da 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 da. And I was just like, well, thank you, you know. No big thing. So I think we went to Cookout. If you're not from like the South, or if you're not from like Virginia down, it's like this it's like a fast food chain that sells like Cookout inspired foods. So we went to Cookout, got some food or whatever, because he was the only one that was driving out of all 4 of us. Went to go get some food, came back to the dorm, and we just like chilled and kicked it and just talked a little bit or whatever. So my roommate, she like wanted to spend the night at their dorm or whatever, and she was like, can you stay with me? I don't want to be here by myself with 2 guys and blase blase. And I was just like, I don't know this man. I don't know him. Like, why would you want me to spend the night? Like, I can go back to the dorm and I can like leave out the dorm like early in the morning, so you don't have to, you know, do that campus walk of shame, right? And she was just like, no, you don't gotta do all that. You can like just sleep on their couch or whatever. Because the way that their dorms was set up, they had like a little common area, so like they had like chairs and stuff or whatever, and like a couch. And I was just like, all right, I don't want to leave her here by herself with 2 guys. Or I think it was more than 2 guys, because I think that particular dorm you can have like 3 roommates. I don't know, I can't remember. And so I was just like, okay, well, whatever. Like, I don't got no comfortable clothes to like, you know, like sleep in. And then Paul was like, oh, I can give you like a pair of shorts that you can sleep in and da 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 da. And I was like, all right, well, sure. Okay, I'll stay. So we stayed up all night. We got to know each other and stuff like that. And that was pretty much it. Me and my roommate had left the next morning, and yeah. So me and Paul have been talking like on and on for a couple months or whatever. And like in between the time, like I was talking to him, I was talking to another guy, and I believe he had like a girlfriend or something. So let's just like fast forward to like the first time we did the do. So the first time we like hung out again, like by ourselves, we were driving to like one of his friend's house, and I think he was staying with the friend at this point. So actually no, this was probably, yeah, this is right before me and my ex got together. So like I think he had moved off campus the next semester or something, and he was staying with one of his friends that lived off campus or something like that. I can't remember the full details, but I know we didn't have, like, our first time having sex, we didn't have sex on campus. So we went to his friend's house or whatever, and it was like pretty much empty. I think his friend had just moved in there or whatever, and so like his friend had went to work or whatever, and so we was just in there. He was smoking. At that point I wasn't smoking weed yet, so we was just in there, we was just talking, and he was smoking, and then we got to kissing, and then, you know, we did the do. And so and so we pretty much were like almost like having, you know, sex on a regular basis at that point. But he did not tell me that he had a girlfriend. Like, he did not tell me that. So my roommate, she saw that, you know, we were getting pretty close, and that I started to, like, you know, really like him and stuff like that. And because her boo was his roommate, like, she would know pretty much everything that Paul did. So when she found out that, you know, he had a girlfriend or whatever, she told me about it, and she was like, yeah, you know, Paul got a girlfriend or whatever. And I was just like, no. No, he didn't tell me that. And she was like, yeah, well, you need to check on that, and da 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 da. So like I had checked him about it. I was just like, so you got a girlfriend? Like, what's up with that? And he was like, I mean, yeah, da 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 da, but we just been on and off, and I like you a lot. And I was just like, okay, no, we're not gonna do this. We're not gonna play with my feelings. Like, you're not going to, you know, fuck me when you and your girlfriend are going through something. So I try to cut it off. So, and that's fast forwarding into when me and my ex had got together. So this was like around the time like my dad had passed away. So this was like around November. So me and my ex were talking and stuff like that, and like I guess Paul and his girlfriend had broke up, so like he was trying to, you know, slide his way back into my life or whatever. And I was just like, okay, well, if we're going to, you know, be whatever, like, you have to be, you know, like, straight up with me or whatever. And he was like, okay, that's cool, no big thing. And so, like, when I was talking to my ex before we had got together, and me and Paul were like still talking, I was just trying to figure out like who like I wanted to date or whatever. And then Paul had did something stupid with his ex. I think him and his ex had like either got back together or like he had fucked her or something. I was just like, nah, fuck you. So I went on to start dating my ex. So I had cut Paul off for a couple months or whatever, and this kind of ties into the next story time video. So I'm not going to explain the reason why I cheated on my ex in this video, but it was, let's just fast forward into a couple months into our relationship. So when me and my ex were about 6 months into our relationship, we decided that we should move in together because excuse me, he was trying to move out of his parents' house, and I was trying to cut my costs with school since my dad had passed away. And so we both came to a mutual agreement that as long as we're both still working, we can move in together and go half on the bills and stuff like that. So that's what we did. So around like, I want to say we had moved into our first apartment. It was right when school had ended. So it was like either April of May or May of 2016. That's when me and my ex had gotten an apartment together. So everything was, you know, cool with me and my ex living together. Everything was fine and everything. But then he stopped doing the things that I required. Let's just say that. He stopped doing the things that I required, and it just felt like I was more of a mom to him versus, you know, being a girlfriend. So me and Paul, we were still like cool or whatever. So like we would text back every now and then and da-da-da-da. And, you know, I would tell him about me and my ex's problems. And so he was like, I don't know why he's doing that to you. Like, if you were mine, that we wouldn't be going through that and da-da-da-da. And I was just like, well, I would have been yours if you'd have stopped playing games and going back to your ex and blah, blah, blah. And so, yeah. So, like, I was telling him what was going on. And then I think when the school year had started back up again, when he came back down for school, like, we hung out. And then, like, feelings started to, like, you know, catch back on or whatever. And I was just like, no, I can't do this with you. Like, we can't keep doing this. We can't keep, you know, coming back to each other when something is going wrong in whatever relationship that we're in. So let's fast forward into May of 2017, because that's when, like, I got caught cheating with Paul from my ex. So me and my ex had broke up, but we were still living together. And the reason why, well, I'll explain that in the next video. So we were still living together. We were still trying to, like, figure things out and things of that nature. And, like, me and Paul were, like, still actively talking. And I know I should have cut him off, but it was just something about him that I couldn't let go. So we were talking and da-da-da-da. And then when I decided to move out of my ex's apartment in 2018 and get my own first apartment, that's when me and Paul was, like, really starting to talk again. So around that time, so February 2018, I had got my first apartment. Me and Paul was talking, and I think I had went up to Maryland. No, this might have been before that. Was that 2019? No, it was definitely 2000. No, actually, no, this was 2017. So let's back up. So in 2017, around November, because this is right before me and my ex-best friend stopped being friends. So no, this is January. Okay, let's fast forward. Okay. I'm trying to remember the dates, because I think I'm getting my dates wrong. Me and my ex-best friend stopped being friends in 2019. Okay, yeah. Okay, so 2018, around January, so around his birthday, me and him had hung out. So this is right before I had moved into my new apartment and everything. So me and him were hanging out. I had went to Maryland to go visit him, and then we hung out. He had took me shopping, you know, had like a little dinner date. And so I thought we was like going like on the right path and everything. And then for his birthday, he told me that he was going to Mexico. And he didn't tell me who he was going to Mexico with. And so when he had went to Mexico or whatever, he went with his ex. And his ex and him were a couple. And so when I saw the pictures, like, I spazzed out on him. I was telling my best friend, I was like, bitch, me and him was doing so good. We was trying to, you know, get back something together and da-da-da-da. And I was like, I need to find this bitch. I need to find this bitch because she took my man. I was so upset because I was like, me and him were like really like on the verge of like, you know, starting a relationship, and he had pulled this dumbass shit on me. And so like, this is probably like the only time I would say that I had got really crazy over a guy. So like, I had made a fake Instagram account and I was messaging her, and I was just like, oh, we fucking with the same man, like, how does my coochie taste? Like, I was talking shit. I was like, yo, man was just in my coochie right before y'all got on the plane. Like, I was going off on shorty. And so, like, I had texted him and I was just like, so this is how you gonna do me? Like, that's where we at? And he was like, I thought I told you that me and her got back together. And I was like, no, you did not. Like, why would I let you take me shopping and do all this other bullshit for you to go on a trip to Mexico with your ex? Like, why am I not going to Mexico with you? Am I not pretty enough to go to Mexico with you? Like, the fuck? And homegirl, like, she was pretty as fuck, but she's not prettier than me. And so, like, I was just so upset because I just really thought we were getting somewhere. And so at that point, like, I had cut him off completely. I was done with him and da-da-da-da. And then that's when me and a guy with the stupid fiance had started talking and everything like that. So, oh wait. This was 2019. This is beginning of 2019. Wow, yeah, because it's almost 2022. Yeah, so no, all of that I just said was like the beginning of 2019. Okay, boom. So, fast forward, so 2019, that's when me and the guy with the fucking fiance were fucking around or whatever. And then when I had cut things off with the guy with the fiance, me and Paul started talking again, close to our school's homecoming. So he had apologized and da-da-da-da. I wish I still had those messages, y'all. I wish I still had the messages. He was apologizing to me and da-da-da-da, and I was just like, oh, you and homegirl didn't work out, I guess, huh? And he just sent me like a sad emoji, and I was just like, yeah, that's what the fuck I thought. Like, you keep fucking around with that bitch. She's been playing you just like you've been playing me for like the last 4 years or whatever. So, he was like, okay, well, I'm coming down for homecoming, like, we can, you know, try to get back together or whatever. And I was like, okay, we can try something out again. So this is when I kind of was trying to go all out for whatever we had going on. So he was going to spend a night at my apartment, like I was gonna cook, all that good jazz, and I end up did cooking for him or whatever. And then he had said that he was gonna go visit his cousin that was down here, and well, in Richmond. And so I was just like, okay, well, I should let me know when you're on the way back to the house, and so, you know, I can let you in, because my apartment complex had like a gated community or whatever, so I had to buzz him in after a certain time. Y'all, why this man never came back to my house? And when he texted me, he was already back home in Maryland, and I was just like, so you had me waiting up all night waiting for you to come back to my house, and now you're back in Maryland? Like, you didn't even let me know that you was all right and nothing. And he was just like, oh yeah, my phone had died and blase, or he had lost his phone or something stupid. It was something super stupid. And like I said, this was like around the time of our homecoming, so I don't know if his ex had came back down, or like, I don't know if he was fucking with some other bitch. And I was just like, you know what? You got it, homeboy. You got it. I can't keep doing this with you. I cannot keep doing this with you whatsoever. Like, no. So I had blocked him again. Every time we stop talking, I always block him. So I blocked him again. So this is like around October or so. And so we tried one final time. We tried one more time. This is probably right before me and Bay became an item and started talking. And he had slid in my DMs, and he was just like, well, I think no, he made a fake account. He made a fake account, you guys, because I blocked him on Instagram on his main account. So he made a fake account, sent me this long ass message telling me how sorry he was and that he really wants to try to work something out this time. And I was just like, okay, we're gonna try this one more time. That's it. That's all I got. I just got one more time. So we tried one more time, and my mentality just could not take it anymore. So I was also going to therapy around this time, and I just could not, for the life of me, I could not do this with this man anymore. I was just like, this is going on almost 5 years of being on and off with this man, and he has not treated me as a girlfriend or, you know, whatever we were doing. Like, I always felt like I was the side piece, and he always used to tell me how much he loved me and stuff like that, and then I was just like, no. So I had talked to my therapist about it, and my therapist was like, well, it seems like this person had gave you, you know, like a lot of heartache and things of that nature, so you just need to cut it off, or, you know, just try to find yourself first, you know, before moving forward with him. So I told him that, and I told him that we just need to go like on a break or whatever, and like he kind of went like on a rant saying that everyone always leaves him and da da da. Like, he tried to make it about him, and I was just like, sir, you probably cheated on me 5 times. We weren't even in like a relationship. Like, the one time I did ask him to be my boyfriend, we were only together for like 2 months, and that's when I had cut it off because he was just doing too much. So I was just like, it's really not you, it's me. I need to figure out, you know, if I can really do this with you. So like literally as soon as me and him stopped talking, like literally a week later, me and Bae started talking. And that was not intentional. I did not, the way me and Bae started talking, I might do a story time about that, but I don't, just because we're still not officially a couple yet, I don't want to tell the story. So until me and him, like, you know, become official and stuff, then I'll probably tell a story, or I might ask him if I can tell the story or whatever. But anyway, but yeah, literally like a week later, me and Bae had started talking, and it's crazy because like I was planning Paul's birthday and everything, and Bae had came down the week of his birthday. So yeah. So that's like the most, yeah, that was like the most toxic like situationship I've been in. It was a lot. Like, me and him were really talking like on and off for like 5 years, and it was just a mess. It was really, really messy. So, but if you like the story time, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Part 2 will probably be uploaded, or like not part 2, but you know, the part about me cheating on my ex with Paul will be up within a couple of days of this video. So make sure you are subscribed and you turn on the post notifications so you can be notified when I upload that video. And as always, I do love you guys, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.